How much information you figure out before you start writing all depends on whether you're a plotter or a pantser and how your brain works. So there is no right way to do this, however, I can tell you how I do it. I like to figure out as much information about my story as possible before I start writing. That way I can save myself a little bit of time and just try to get all of the early plot holes caught and dealt with. But when it comes to character arcs, I have a real tough time figuring out exactly what the character arc is going to be before I start writing the book. I like to have a general idea of who the characters are, but it's really hard for me to get to know a character if I haven't started writing from their point of view. And if I haven't gotten to know a character, it's hard for me to figure out how they're going to change. So I approach this in a more organic way. I take a stab at who I want the character to be and tentatively put together a character arc for them, and I think about who the character has to be in order to make my story work. That is what I take into the first draft with me, and once I'm writing the first draft and get a clearer picture of who the character is, I might discover that they are not who I originally thought that they were, and the story would be more interesting if the character was a little bit more like this, and then I will change their character arc accordingly. I very rarely ever finish my first drafts. I'll start writing and then get maybe halfway through and then realize that the character should be a different version of the character that they are, or the plot isn't working, or something else is wrong, and then I'll start from the beginning and try again. And in those different iterations, I slowly chip away at the book and start to put together something that is a little bit more cohesive, and through that process I'm able to discover what I want my character arc to be. But my writing process kind of resembles like peeling back the layers of an onion, or almost like actually maybe reverse onioning, like putting layers of an onion on, and as I put different layers on and write different drafts, I discover more about what the book is and what I want it to be.